This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. Welcome back to Edmonton Oilers live broadcast here on Dolynny TV as we continue along talking about this Oilers season that has been now up to a 15-game win streak, looking to expand it all the way to 16 and one shy of the record that could be tied with a win against the Vegas Golden Knights post All-Star break. So, friends, we're in for a good one tonight, I think. 2 p.m. start, so of course the Oilers are definitely going to make it interesting, I think you can say, right? I don't think we are historically that great in 2 p.m. games. That New Jersey Devils game, though, was fantastic back a little while ago. But I think the Oilers are going to find a way here to pretty much show their best, but definitely, like I said, make it interesting and make us sweat it out a little bit, as we have all win streak on the back half, definitely. Here over the past 15 games. So will you look forward to, as Stoney's saying, hopefully getting that Sweet 16, baby. It would be fantastic if the Oilers could keep that going. I think at this point, the only thing that I really care about is getting the record. Obviously, I care about winning and creating good habits and stuff, but if you just end up winning a couple ugly games here, the next three, you've already won some ugly games in a row. Still, it's another 6 points in the standings, and end of the day, you get a record with it too. So why not? All right, why not? And then all of a sudden, you can lose one or two, and then get back on a 2, 3, 4 game win streak, and then bang, right? You just go 2 and 3, 3 and 2, whatever down the stretch, and you're going to make the playoffs. So for the Oilers, we are looking not bad at all. You got to believe the Oilers have 44 games played here this season, right? So where does that leave us? That leaves us with 38 games to go, a potential of another total of 76 points. Well, you think here the Oilers currently with 57 points, 95 minus 57 is 38 points to get to a playoff spot. They need 19 wins in 38 games. So we are exactly all the way from 70% points percentage now down to 50 points percentage to try and get into the playoffs. So that is pretty unreal. That much is for sure for the Edmonton Oilers. And now we look forward to seeing just how it all comes together down the stretch. Like I said, does it include a whole bunch of Calvin Pickard down the stretch? Does it include a whole bunch of changes to the Oilers roster? What does it include? That's going to be the question. And I think it just really just needs the answer kind of day by day right now. And it's going to be nice to have a couple days off here during the All-Star break. I know the past few weeks have been a scramble for me personally, so looking forward to seeing obviously a few days off and be able to just slow down, come home, talk a video, and go back to doing the regular kind of evening stuff that's kind of getting left to the wayside here with how busy the Oilers have been the past 2 months, and of course with the World Juniors. To the chat we go, friends. Mr. Doom in there, Dean as well, Michael as well, Darcy, and Stoney, we caught you earlier, but we'll give you one more time round. To answer the questions, Corey Perry is in the lineup tonight. He will feature against the Nashville Predators, I believe, on a line with Ryan McLeod and Dylan Holloway, so that's going to be exciting to watch. Obviously, Dylan Holloway was talking earlier about simply, right, Corey Perry's a slower guy, but I mean, get us all down low, and given what Clowder's done on that second line earlier on this win streak, given what Dylan Holloway's done in his 2 games, 3 games back in the lineup, watch out for what the Oilers' third line could possibly do, possibly kind of achieve down there on the below the hash marks area, because I think the Oilers definitely have a grinded out third line that's going to score you some gritty goals, and that's kind of what Corey Perry's brought in to do, right? Is up the compete level a little bit. So in terms of him getting a goal or anything, I'm not going to get too excited about that. I'm thinking basically for Corey Perry today is just don't get injured. That's my number one, is if Corey Perry gets injured, then it's a whole nother hoopla. But I think as long as Corey Perry stays healthy, stays good throughout the game, doesn't do anything stupid, cost us a bad penalty, I think we're all going to be pretty happy with him just slotting in there during the 16th win of the win streak, if that's what ends up happening. So see what happens tonight, friends. Darcy, to answer your question about when I think the Oilers will trade Campbell and Broberg, that, to me, I know we've had some talk this past week about it's easier to trade Campbell now that we got Corey Perry. No, I don't think so. I think you're still waiting until summertime to trade Jack Campbell, because you're essentially looking for a team that has a guy that's a little more costly that we can take back for some kind of reduced cap hit, right? Whether it be 3.8, whether it be 3.6, something that if you bury it in the minors, it goes below 2.75, and then all of a sudden, bang, right? That cap hit on Jack Campbell lessens by a little bit. You free up some cap space, and the other team can more or less just buy Jack Campbell out and afford to give you a little bit easier time on the assets, I guess you could say. So we'll see what happens. But am I ready today? I am not quite feeling ready. The food's just got to hit my stomach here. Just cooked an omelet pregame and butchered it. I mean, it became more like scrambled eggs with bacon and cheese in it. But either way, it worked out. It was pretty yummy. So we'll see if the food hits the belly and we get a little bit better off here in a little bit. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, obviously. The Oilers, if they go for 16 wins today, that's going to be pretty impressive. And again, we get to watch history game in, game out with this team over the past few games, the past 3. So you gotta just sit back and realize that that's what we're achieving, right? No matter what the Oilers are doing, game in, game out, whether it be against the Flames, whether it be against Columbus, whether it be against the Chicago Blackhawks, game in, game out, they're achieving history each time. So that's pretty impressive. And I don't know when the next time that will happen in my lifetime will be, so let's just sit back and enjoy it a little bit as well today, I think. And Craig Perry will have 35 to 40 points come playoffs. I don't think Corey Perry can score more than a point per game in the Oilers lineup. I'm hoping you're joking there, but yeah, I'm thinking Corey Perry is literally. I don't know if you caught my earlier comments. I guess that's where that's coming from. My earlier comments are, I think Corey Perry is literally only going to play 15 games with the Oilers down the stretch here. I don't think he's going to be a lineup regular. I think with what the Oilers have in Sam Gagner, with what the Oilers have in Connor Brown and Derek Ryan and obviously Matthias Janmark, it's just too valuable to have Corey Perry in your lineup game in, game out when you don't necessarily need him in there, right? Tonight, obviously you need him to debut, but you need to see your other guys continue to play. Sam Gagner has obviously been a half point per game player in the Oilers lineup most of the season, so I think that's where I'm just kind of calculating. I don't know if Corey Perry plays the last 38 games of the year. I don't even know if he plays 20 of the last 38, but hopefully he does. We'll see, but first off, we got to see what he brings, and I still haven't got much reports from his much reports when it comes down to the situation at practice and stuff over the past few days. So, all of a sudden the old afternoon tired's hitting me, friends. I am getting a little sleepy here. We got to get this hockey game fired up in the next 7 minutes here, and then the Oilers can get us rolling for what should be a good one. But yeah, we continue along, obviously, waiting for this Nashville Predators game. For those of you just joining in, that's kind of the thing. I get chatting with chat, and then I forget how many of you have just joined in kind of over the past 5 minutes or so. But yeah, we're rolling along. We are just about to that 100 view mark on the stream right now. So we are, 8 minutes in? So we're pacing pretty good here to start things, obviously, this morning. I don't know if we're going to have quite the game we've had against Columbus and Chicago here in terms of the live stream doing what it has. I guess if the Oilers want to score a bunch of goals on a Saturday afternoon, we might see the folks that are working Saturday afternoon tune in, and that might beef up the numbers. I'm not sure, but either way, I'm looking forward to having as many of you hang out with me for as long as possible today. I think we're in for a good treat, like I said, and I think the biggest thing too is just kind of seeing how Corey Perry looks and obviously gauging everybody's comments on where he'll fit in and how he'll fit the rest of the way home in the lineup. As we continue along, friends, I don't think there's too much else to chat up about. Like I said, the Oilers, when it comes to moves and stuff down the stretch here, it'll be a day-by-day basis figuring out. Injuries will obviously dictate a lot of what the Oilers do as well. And I think, too, one thing that you got to kind of take notice of for the Oilers is if they find a situation where they can upgrade for cheap, they're going to have to. But I don't know if there's going to be a cheap upgrade out there for the Oilers, just given kind of the press that we've had surrounding the team all season in terms of we don't have many prospects. We have to trade our first round pick if we want anything good. And realistically, we're also trying to get rid of a bad contract at the same time. So it's kind of a double-edged sword of even if a cheap upgrade is out there, you're probably not going to necessarily be the first team to get it. just based on what we have for assets to offer. So we'll see what happens. TW, welcome in. So we get things obviously underway here tonight. My coffee's gone cold, so we'll throw that off to the side. Tim, good evening as well, or good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is. This is going to scramble our brains. This is the problem with the afternoon games. Even when I go down to Rogers Place on a Saturday afternoon game with Patrick and Gillis TV, there is just, it kind of throws everything for a loop, right? You're down there extra early. Boston Pizza is just not quite the same vibe as it is sometimes in the afternoon when you're there for an evening game. The store's buzzing, but it's like a Saturday afternoon. The people that aren't going to the game are even shopping. It's just kind of a weird situation all told when you go down to Rogers Place for a 2 p.m. game, and you kind of do the stuff that Patrick and I do down there, right? Obviously, we try and catch some of the players, the guys that are staying downtown, trying to get them in for a photo, and obviously trying to catch up with whoever's else is mulling around, right? You never know who else is mulling around in Rogers Place at 10 a.m. on a Saturday morning, but we've caught a few. And yeah, that's kind of the weird part, is even on a Saturday morning when you're like, oh yeah, I've got plenty of time, I'll take my time, have a nap in the chair upstairs, enjoy the sunshine on a beautiful January day where it's supposed to be plus 10, then proceed to cuddle the cats and secondarily make an omelet. But suddenly you're making an omelet and you start at 11:45 and it takes you all the way to 1:30 to cook the thing because you just had a crazy week of hockey. It's been a wild day, I guess I'm saying. Life comes at you fast, friends. Life comes at you fast. But yeah, we should be just about fired up for this one. About 4 minutes to go until we are ready to rock and roll for today's hockey game, friends. And as I continue along, we are just clipping here. We should be really close to obviously hitting that watch time goal. That's something I forgot to mention to you guys last game out, is the watch time for the pregame. That's something I try and kind of throw at you a little bit all the way through. Today for the Oilers, I think I'm seeing the score predictions and stuff. I don't know if I want to get too much into that. We'll maybe throw that up during the anthems. But again, what I'll say for score prediction today is I think the Oilers' streak of giving up 2 or less goals might come to an end. I'll agree with you on that. TW is just, the Oilers are due for a rough game in net. We've had 16 in a row that have been pretty dang good. Does that mean the Oilers lose? Like I said, I don't think so. I think tonight's one of those, or this afternoon's one of those games. The Oilers, Saturday afternoon, go out of their way, make it extra interesting for absolutely no reason. That's kind of where I'm thinking. But I mean, the Oilers have proved me wrong pretty much every game this win streak, when it's like, ooh, we're down 1, this ain't looking good, and then they battle back, and then they just keep going, and they don't necessarily give up at all, and then suddenly that third period comes around, and they just clamp down the defense like no problemo. So maybe again today is one of those days where they just crush along and do the thing. So we'll see what happens here, but yeah, hopefully for the Oilers, they get the job done. And of course, now the messages are coming in as we continue along here this morning, friends. The old phone, I've actually learned here the past few days to actually keep the phone ringer down over the past, because you can hear all the notifications on my phone quite clearly through the old broadcast feed. Number 90, Corey Perry on the ice for the Edmonton Oilers in warm-up this afternoon. He will take place on the Oilers' third line with, of course, 1, Dylan Holloway, and 1, yes indeed, Ryan McLeod, as he replaces Connor Brown niftily on that third line for the time being. Is Sam Gagner, who comes out of the lineup, however, and Connor Brown continues to stay within the Oilers lineup. There's the post-game photo already found for this Edmonton Oilers post-game that we'll have following tonight's hockey game. Again, yeah, we'll see what happens here for the Oilers. For the Oilers when it comes down to beating Nashville. Hopefully it all works out. Awake, welcome in as well. Glad to have you aboard this afternoon as we get things fired up. I am just waiting on this commercial break to end, and then we go live to the Edmonton Oilers broadcast feed, and then we are good to go as we continue along here, as things will evolve, I am sure, as this hockey game goes along. I think the Oilers will kind of slowly start again. I expect that. I mean, it's either they come out all out or nothing in this first period, right? If that's fair to say. I think that's 100% the way it breaks down for the Oilers today. Is they either come out flying and win the game in the first period, right? 4 or 5 goals in the first period and just dummy Nashville, as we have over the past few years, or you just lay a goose egg. You're down 2-0 after one, and you give up another one in the second. You're down 3-2, and you win 5-2, 5-3, 5-4, something like that. I don't know. That's kind of the feeling I have, right? Is this game could literally be a complete wild card, kind of a different outlier outside of the entire win streak so far, but we continue to see this Oilers team evolve game in, game out, and we'll see what happens as we flip to the Oilers broadcast. Friends, I can guarantee you we've hit the 10 hours pregame that we do, this time in 60 minutes of broadcast time, so we're crushing along this afternoon for what should be a very good hockey game between the Oilers and the, of course, as well, Nashville Predators. Snowy Edmonton out there today. It's been a cold little stretch here in Alberta. It's starting to warm up down here in southern Alberta, but I know Edmonton's not necessarily that much warmer. Corey Perry's jersey available at the Ice District Authentic store, so that's exciting to see. Corey Perry's already out there signing some Oilers jerseys as well. He's signing an old Oil Gear jersey, signing an Oilers hat, pregame, getting everything going for the fans. And Gene Principe will take us inside Rogers Place for this afternoon's start of the hockey game. Friends, I'm looking forward to this one, I must tell you. Well prepared is the headline for Corey Perry making his Oilers debut today. Obviously, he's got some old ruffled up gear, man. He couldn't afford new gear with the old Edmonton Oilers contract that they gave him. That is unreal. And Northern Farm will welcome in, as well as Smurfy, as we get things caught up here on the stream. 421 goals, 892 points, 1,273 games, 124 points for Corey Perry in less than 200 playoff games. By the way, Corey Perry plays 27 games down the stretch. He will play game 1,300 of his career as an Edmonton Oiler. If you would have told somebody back in 2009 that Corey Perry would play his 1,300th game as an Edmonton Oiler, everybody would have looked at you sideways, as the Oilers are looking to become just the third team in NHL history with a 16-game win streak. The signs, it's weird to see. We're talking about let's make it 16. Those are the signs you're seeing at Rogers Place today. It's not even necessarily the let's go players stuff, so that's fantastic. The Edmonton Oilers have generated quite the buzz here in our stratosphere of fandom, and obviously now for Jack Michaels and Louis DeBrusk, they will look to bring things home for game 16 in a row for the Edmonton Oilers. Epiphany, welcome in as we get things underway here for the actual broadcast of stuff. Yeah, you know what, Mr. Leon Draisaitl might just pop off tonight. That's what you'd expect here today for the Oilers, is Leon Draisaitl is going to be the star of the show. I think this third line could very well be pretty good as well. Corey Perry is obviously going to star on that third line with Ryan McLeod and Dylan Holloway. And what's weird to say is you now have Holloway and McLeod to take face-offs on said third line, so that's pretty exciting all told for the Oilers, is that you can kind of look at two different looks. Both have time at wing and center this season, and it would be interesting to see if they start flip-flopping roles around in the offensive zone, kind of similar to what that second line did of McLeod, Fogle, and Draisaitl at times there earlier on the win streak when we were rolling. That second line was hot for about a stretch of 5 games. So, yeah. Yeah, we should be ready to rock and roll for anthems here in just a moment. The broadcast is taking its time to get us started from outside Edmonton, where it looks like a frozen tundra. Friends, I apologize. If you're up in Edmonton, that is brutal. I mean, it was snow's starting to melt down here on the roads and stuff, which is pretty awesome considering it was pretty treacherous there to start things out at the end of last week, start the weekend last weekend, and now all of a sudden we're in good territory here where the weekend is nice and dry on the highways, nice and good for driving, and we got some hockey to watch down in, yes indeed, down in Airdrie today. Of course, the RMA Renegades getting action, I believe, at the Ron Ebson Arena here soon. So pretty excited to go see the greens and, of course, the new socks we got going. I'll see if I can get a picture for any of you in terms of the jerseys and stuff. So we are rolling along here, friends. Sportsnet Plus just putting us on one last commercial break here this afternoon. Then we're good to roll. Epiphany at 60 degrees in Edmonton. That's fantastic. It would be a great day to have a Saturday afternoon game at Rogers Place. I'll tell you that much, as long as the wind's not kicked up. But we've got the American National Anthem going on at Rogers Place right now. And then we will have, obviously, as well, the Canadian Anthem. And then we'll get this hockey game up and underway. Feels like we're delayed here starting this afternoon, but for some reason we are doing just fine. Obviously waiting our turn to get this hockey game underway, as we are currently up over 15 hours on the stream so far. So friends, thank you for hanging out with me pregame. We're just finishing up the anthems here, and then we'll be to the live broadcast play-by-play stuff that you know and love and you come for. Obviously, I'm certain of that at this point, because the numbers here over the past few games have been pretty phenomenal, and the watch time the past two live streams, despite one live stream only being 2 periods of hockey, and despite the other live stream being against the Chicago Blackhawks, who were bedardless, watch time was up over 4.5 per view for each live stream, and we're talking, guys, over 4,500 views on each stream. So we've had a pretty incredible, I guess you could say, past week here on the stream, and we're looking to close out the pre-All-Star schedule with what could be a pretty fantastic game here today against the Nashville Predators as we continue into the end of the American Anthem, and then we are ready for the Oilers to hopefully smack around the Nashville Predators. But I assume there is a good chance, like I said, the Oilers in this first period at least get smacked around by Nashville. Friends, before we get to the Canadian Anthem, if you are new to the channel or you're returning and you haven't hit that like button yet, I encourage you to do that much as well. That was a definite big key to success against Chicago late in that live stream, is that I asked you guys early on and often in the first period to hit that like button. Basically what it does is when YouTube's suggesting the live stream across the internet, it kind of uses that as a score to say, hey, this is something people want to watch, this is something people are engaging with. So definitely, if you have the ability to hit that like button, if you could do it, that's fantastic. If you need a few more minutes of sampling the play-by-play to do that, well, that's more than fair as well, as the Edmonton Oilers are just about to get things underway. O Canada raining down at Rogers Place here in Edmonton, Alberta, as we are about to close out, like I said, the pre-All-Star schedule, and the Oilers are fired up to obviously try and find that 16th win. They just had a shot at Corey Perry on the bench, a guy that, I mean, I've been talking about for the Edmonton Oilers dang near 4 years now. If we would have gotten through this season and into the off season without signing him, it would have been 4 off seasons I've been talking about Corey Perry, and now the Oilers have him in the lineup, and Rob Clark is bringing home the anthem. I mean, the beard is looking good, and so too are the tones out of his mouth as the Oilers finish off O Canada at Rogers Place. We get a beautiful, gorgeous winterscape shot of Edmonton, the downtown area, as we get things up and underway, as Oil welcome in, and Justin welcome in, and Ian welcome in. And Justin, that's the big thing, able to watch a game for once. I know you're always in there saying you're not able to watch the game, but tonight or this afternoon, kind of that perfect little change of pace for everybody involved. And I mean, we are going to have a couple of 11 a.m. games coming up, I think this month or next. So we're going to have an interesting little rest of the schedule here, a couple of games against the Bruins. Kevin Lankin in the backup for Nashville. Like I said, that's why I'm scared about this game. There's a couple things Nashville and a couple things for us that we've got changed that might not bode well for this streak continuing tonight. Corey Perry on the bench to begin things this evening, as it's Kane, Nugent-Hopkins, and Fogle out there. They lose the face-off. It's down to Lankinen, and the Nashville Predators will start with possession, firing it to the far side wing right in front of the Oilers bench. Carrying across the line is Favreau. O'Reilly playing on down low to Favreau. Now, I believe that's Favreau anyways. Nope, that's not Favreau. That's somebody else. I'm thinking number 14 for some reason. This one comes bouncing into the neutral zone Picked up now by Kane, fired around the wall, in behind Lankinen out to disrupt. He plays on, fired right in front by Kane again, just through the feet of Lankinen, couldn't buy a bounce. The Oilers already one dangerous looking opportunity, and now Foegele carries across the blue line. He's held up there one last second by Nyquist. That's who's number 14. We've got a name already memorized there right to start. This one comes down to Bouchard right behind the Oilers net. Nashville tangles him up, gets the turnover along the near side wall. The Oilers quickly collide between Draisaitl and McDavid, and that will allow the Oilers to move out to center ice as Hyman comes across the blue line. He's able to drag down low. This one hops off the top of the glass and out of play, and the faceoff will be inside the Nashville zone as Jeremy Lauzon ended up flipping that one weirdly off the glass. But one good looking opportunity here for the Nashville Predators down low, as they were able to win a battle along the boards and get it to the middle here. But they weren't able to capitalize much at all from there. So here we go. Leon Draisaitl on the ice for the faceoff. He wins it back to Matthias Ekholm. Couldn't keep it in, as it's Leon Draisaitl, Connor McDavid, and Zach Hyman on the top line. Kane, Nugent Hopkins, Foegele, like I said a moment ago. Hyman's down low right now, trying to work this puck over into possession. Holloway, McLeod, and Perry is your third line. Janmark, Ryan, and Brown your fourth line, as this one comes down low into the Nashville zone for an icing call. Friends, we're starting slow today. This Oilers team taking its time getting started. The defense remains unchanged as per usual, but we continue to remain just slowly pacing it here so far for the Edmonton Oilers, as it's been a not so great start, I guess you could say. A minute and a half gone by, not much at all so far, and here we go. The Oilers off and running off the face-off, block shot in front by Zach Hyman inside the defensive zone on the icing call. Hyman hustling to the puck near side boards, gets it to Ekholm, bounced it off the end wall to Bouchard. Bouchard headman through the middle of the ice, missed the stick of Draisaitl, I believe, and now comes back on the fire in by Nashville to the Oilers. Cleared the zone. Nashville immediately back to the attack. This one goes far side, as there is Ryan McLeod, so you know right now you've got Corey Perry hitting the ice for the first time as an Edmonton Oiler. He's already delivered his first bit of body contact. Really can't call that a hit, but Perry's more of those kind of silky veteran guy that's just going to, or savvy veteran guy that's just going to work around the zone and just find his opportunities by slowly skating into him. Here's Perry coming along the boards, bouncing a puck on net. And I don't know if that's going to register as a shot, but Corey Perry is the first Edmonton Oiler this hockey game to drift a shot on net, albeit as weak and easy to cover up as possible for Mr. Kevin Lankinen. So we'll have a stoppage and play. Corey Perry's line on the ice here. He is ready to take the face-off on the right wing as Ryan McLeod draws into the dot. Face-off down here. McLeod loses it, but Perry's going to push it forward, try and jam it free from Lankinen. The Oilers pushing the net free, and there's Corey Perry getting right involved right away, driving the net off the moorings, and basically now he is laying on his back in front of the end boards as the net's twisted around almost a 180, and Corey Perry right like that, that's what he brings to the lineup. That is what you want to see out of Perry. He just kind of followed that face-off all the way down to Lankinen, kept pushing it. Lankinen lost the puck for a brief moment, and then he just got pushed over by Luke Schenn, who's a big, strong, sturdy guy himself. And that is the reason why we signed Corey Perry. A little bit more of the sandpaper and snarl to the game. And now down low for Perry, hops his stick. He's going to skate back to the middle dot area. He'll collide with the Nashville Predator. And this so far been a good first shift from the new look third line for the Edmonton Oilers. That includes one Corey Perry. The puck nicely saved by Brett Kulak. And the Oilers will see Nashville turn back at their own blue line, try to get across the line. Darnay on a poke from Holloway goes in behind the net, fires around to the near side, comes all the way into the Nashville zone where McDonough picks up the puck. He'll skate around the near side dot right in front of Lankinen, and now get back to his own blue line, peel back to that near side dot, look around for an option again. And the Oilers really stymieing Nashville here so far through the first 3 minutes, as both teams are without a shot. Brown looking to make a puck pass. He does as he comes over to Janmark. Janmark falls down and just gently guides it into the near side corner. Brown working on that puck. Now to is Derek Ryan, but the Oilers caught back the other way, 2-on-2. CC hustling to even up the odds here. Shot fired, save made by Stuart Skinner, and then he gets run. Save made again by Skinner, and he again still battling body contact, will lean down on that puck with just 3 minutes and 12 seconds gone here in this first period of play. Friends, welcome aboard Dolynny TV if you're tuning in this afternoon. Glad to have you aboard. The Oilers so far tied with Nashville. And what I will encourage you to do throughout the live stream here, I haven't checked the numbers to start the stream, but if you're new to the channel, I want you to hit that subscribe button. Come back for these live streams throughout the rest of the season, the playoffs, and obviously come back for the videos as well. They've kind of been lagging behind this month, or the past 2 weeks at least, but definitely would love to have you aboard for more Edmonton Oilers discussion throughout the season. Skinner stopped 26 of 27 shots Tuesday against the Blackhawks. No, that was against the Blue Jackets, as he turned in yet another dominant performance. This a turnover for the Oilers at their own blue line. Roman Josi back to the point. The shot comes. Nice save by Stuart Skinner. One that kind of makes you hold your breath for a brief moment because you didn't see where the puck went, as Darnell Nurse bounces off to the far boards. Picked up now by Nugent Hopkins. He's got Fogle in support. Nuge threading a needle. Can't get it past the skate of a Nashville Predator. And now the Oilers will try and tangle up one more time. Kane frees it up. Tries to force to the middle. Can't do it. Nice play by Fogle. Gets around to the near side boards. Picked up by CC. The shot comes in. Blocked by Lankinen. The shot fired by Kane. Hopped his stick and was immediately cleared by the Nashville Predators with 4 minutes gone in this first period of play. The Preds have 3 shots. The Oilers only 1 so far. Like I said, a slow start, but now here's Connor McDavid loading up the attack shot. Fired off the arm of Lankinen. Bounces to the far side corner. The Oilers try to tip it down. They might have just bought a bounce off the Predators, but Leon Draisaitl left it to an open area that no Oiler could get to. And here comes Ryan O'Reilly across the line. Shot fired, drifted towards the net, and then drifted away from the net by an extra tip of a Nashville Predators player. And the Oilers regather. Hyman along the near side point in his own zone, trying to free this puck up. 3 Predators help win the battle for them. And now here comes Hyman again, intermingling with the 2 or 3 Predators players. Shot from the far side, or for the far side, swallowed up by Stuart Skinner from the near side shot by Philip Forsberg. Man, I am actually a lot more tired than I gave myself credit for. And there's a nice play by Nugent Hopkins and Fogle. A nice blue line drag to get that one across. And then this from Connor McDavid was pretty fantastic. A nice save made by Lankinen, though, to keep him to the outside. Kind of held up that shoulder a little higher so as it didn't go off the helmet. As you know, he's had some pretty good helmet banks, has Connor McDavid, over the past 2 years or so. As Ryan McLeod, Corey Perry, and yes indeed, Dylan Holloway back on the ice here for the Oilers. Nice play by Perry, down low to Desharnais, bounce board pass to Kulak. Nice way to catch 3 Predators deep. The Oilers to the attack here. Corey Perry is the first one across the blue line, as he will fire this shot into the pads of Lankinen. Just about found a bounce there did Corey Perry, as 2 Oilers keep that in but tangle up. And now here's Dylan Holloway somehow keeping this on side, trying to pass to the middle. Can't do it for Ryan McLeod. He'll look to go down low to Perry. 2 Predators tackle him, and another Predator loses an edge again, but this is going to be Ryan McLeod getting taken down. And it is just kind of a scramble out there from both teams, trying to win the battles to keep this puck alive. The Oilers lucky not to take a tripping call there. Perry's going to look to make the pass out to Kulak, far side, as this comes near side, and this will be a good play by the Oilers to just kind of finish off this shift by firing it down to Captain Roman Josi of the Nashville Predators, as this comes back on the fire in, tip at center ice into the Oilers' ends, near side corner. Nice little board play there from the Oilers again to clear the zone rather quick, not allowing the Nashville Predators all too much. Shots are damn near even so far, as 13:50 to go here. 4-3 the shots on net. Shot fired, save made there by the Kevin Lankinen goaltender, and this will be Connor McDavid, far side, looking around. He is looking to go. I did just realize what I just said as well. Sorry, friends. 13:34 to go here by pickup. Darnell Nurse in his own zone. Near side pass, looking for Leon Draisaitl. And this one comes back into the Oilers zone. We have a penalty coming up, however. We have a penalty coming up. Power play for the Oilers, I believe. And we will have a stoppage in play here, as I believe Nyquist is going to the board. But here's our box, as there's a nice play by Connor McDavid. It's actually Roman Josi going to the box. Kind of tangled him up. And then Leon Draisaitl got a high sticking call, maybe against Lazan. I'm not sure what the penalties there were for the Oilers, but we will have a commercial break, and we will continue along here, friends, with a watch time update. this afternoon in just a brief moment, as I'm going to go here and yes, the Oilers. Yes, the Oilers. Continue along. Where are we at? We are looking at 648 times 3.6. And friends, we're already up at 38 hours on the stream so far this afternoon. So I would assume that the 100 hours by the end of the first intermission is pretty much a lock here this afternoon. So thank you again for hanging out and continuing to hang out along the way this afternoon. I feel bad for those friends that are looking for this afternoon's live stream and have ended up over on the Columbus Blue Jackets live stream from a couple days ago. About 9 views just coming in the past 6, 7, 8 minutes over there. So that is tough. But friends, we continue for what has been so far so good of an effort from the Edmonton Oilers. Yeah, we've given up some shots, but we've gotten some shots ourselves. So we haven't necessarily bled the chances that I thought we were going to begin this hockey game. So we're doing all right so far, and we'll see if the Oilers can maintain throughout the rest of this hockey game's first period in what has been pretty slow, I guess, so far. And Perry's scrums through 60 has to be through the roof. While Corey Perry is already tangled up in front of the Nashville net and causing a ruckus in the Preds crease. Old habits, yeah, no, good work there from Corey Perry, obviously, and we're looking to see what happens here. So, yeah, we'll continue along this afternoon for what should be a good rest of this first period. At least we're hoping so for the Edmonton Oilers. As 13:22 to go in this first period, and the Oilers will get the power play on Roman Josi. So here we go, Don and Avery Dell, welcome in as we get set up for this power play face-off. One back by the Predators, fired to the near side boards. The Preds are going to be able to get out, and they've now got a 2-on-1 developing. Here's the shot fired up over top of the glove of Skinner, and it goes just wide of the net as this will come back the other way now for Mr. Leon Draisaitl. It's Lazon going for holding, actually, is what the penalty is, as this comes now as the Oilers set up the attack. Connor McDavid, far side corner, drifting back to the point for Bouchard, who needs a boosh ball maybe here on this power play. Nice little bumper play there by Nuge to get it right onto the tape of Draisaitl, who just wasn't quite timed up to wire it, as this one will come back to the point now for Bouchard. Far side pass over to McDavid, drifting down. Puck hops off a Nashville Predator back to Draisaitl. Draisaitl downloaded to McDavid. McDavid looking in front for Draisaitl. Can't grab it. Draisaitl firing a backhand back over. Here's Nugent Hopkins. Near side pass to McDavid. Now it goes over to Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins looking to load this back up. Here's Bouchard. Bouchard looking over to Nugent Hopkins. Down low to Draisaitl. Draisaitl looking again. Surveying his options. Taking his time. Looking for that perfect pass. Down low to McDavid. McDavid will circle around behind the net. Now here's Nugent Hopkins over to Draisaitl. Draisaitl looking back over. Nugent Hopkins scores! Right there, the wrist shot from the slot finds the back of the net. And Ryan Nugent Hopkins, no mistake about it, puts the Edmonton Oilers up 1-0. That was one of those power plays where you're like, they got to make a pass. They got to find the seam. They got to get a shot on net. The Oilers just surgically find the hole on the Predators after giving up the 2-on-1 short-handed off the post glove hand side on Stuart Skinner. It's just a couple of good, quick, seeing eye passes there from the Oilers and just a perfectly placed shot from Ryan Nugent Hopkins to score the goal that makes it 1-0 for the Oilers. And just like that, we are off and running in the goal-scoring department tonight. The Oilers take the 1-0 lead, and this will be a face-off at center ice, won by Ryan McLeod. You've got Perry, Fogle, and McLeod on the ice right now. Ceci plays it up near side. Bursting into the zone was Fogle, but he couldn't get past the defender. And actually, I don't think that's Perry. I think that's Kane. My apologies, as that is going to be a work down low by the Predators. They can't get it on net. Ryan O'Reilly centers. Save made by Skinner. He was waiting for that one, thankfully. And the Predators get a turnover in the Oilers zone again. This is going to allow O'Reilly down low to try and get something going. He can't. The Oilers are able to gather up, and Fogle just drifts it to center on the tape of a Nashville Predator. 11:27 to go here in this first period of play. Ceci battling down low, gets it over to McLeod. McLeod will be able to help clear the zone here, and the Oilers chip it up. This is going to be onside by the looks of it. Fogle drifts down low behind the goal line. 11:10 to go in this first period. Near side pass now. The Oilers will work around and try to get back into defensive posture. And again, they seal off the Predators along the wall. Cody Glass can't get past the big, strong Vinny Desharnais. And here's Brett Kulak flying up the ice. I mean, he was just absolutely rolling along. And this one will go up and out to play off a skate. But Awake, thank you so much for the first donut of the day, as we're off and running here. And $5 on the board as well. I guess that will probably keep us, well, it will keep us commercial free throughout the rest of the first period and the intermission, as that was Stuart Skinner going. And Jack, welcome aboard. Mark, welcome in as well, as the Oilers up 1-0 here. 5 shots apiece through what has been a long first 10 minutes of this hockey game, as the Oilers get down low. Here's a nice play by Connor Brown over to Matthias Janmark. Janmark drifting around behind, comes back to the near side boards. Vinny Desharnais fires the shot, blocked in front. And this will come back the other way now for Nashville, as they had a man at the blue line but just couldn't spring him. And this will allow the Oilers to, on the miscommunicated play, be able to get it back out of their zone rather quickly and dump back in. Draisaitl should be on the ice here soon, as this fourth line is about to go for a change, I would assume. But Ryan McLeod's actually the man who hops across the board, so they're going to get Perry and Crew on the ice here for the next shift. This is going to allow the Oilers up the ice now. Flying is McLeod with Perry and Holloway, as this comes down low, and Perry overskates that puck. Then he's taken out by a Nashville Predator. No interference call called. And the Oilers will again be able to turn and burn back the other way. Ryan McLeod just skating lines here today, as McLeod has got his legs moving. He rims around down low to the near side corner. Dylan Holloway's got the puck. He gets spun there by a Nashville Predator. They still come away with it, do the Oilers. Holloway fires a chip shot off a Predator off the side of Lankinen and then on net, and Perry's still trying to battle that. He's touched it with a high stick. The Oilers have to go off for a change just because they just had to get fresh legs over it. And there is the top line that I was thinking was coming soon for the Oilers. 9:19 to go in this first period to play. The Predators across the blue line. They're going to come near side, and that's going to be picked off by McDavid, allowing Hyman 2-on-1. Or 1-on-1 back the other way, sorry, as this driving to the net. Hyman takes out the goaltender. There's going to be a penalty coming up here, and Hyman's taking off the glove of Lankinen. Fabro's down and just to the side of the net. Lankinen's up. He looks okay. Fabro looks like he might be a little hurt there. And that was a collision and a half from Zach Hyman. Old-timey drive the net there, as that was huge work by Zach Hyman, just kind of taking that puck right into the blue paint, marching in and trying to cause any kind of chaos that scores a goal, but the puck just goes off his stick. Fabro drives him into Lankinen and then lands right on top of him. But that's the nice part about Zach Hyman. He's a tough, big guy that can handle himself down low, and obviously he likes inviting that chaos in front of the net. Friends, we will again go to the watch time update, though. We're up over 52 hours so far on the stream. So with 9 minutes to go here in this first period, I would assume we are well on our way, like I said, to that 100 hours by the end of the first intermission, which means we're on our way to the end of the second intermission with 200, and then we have 50 to go the rest of the way home. But Otto, yeah, it was fantastic to see Hyman just bust through, right? I mean, big effort there. Hopefully he drew a penalty, but I'm not sure who that penalty is going to go against. I know it's kind of tough to listen without any audio on the broadcast, so might bump up the audio here this afternoon a little bit more, see if we can't figure it out. But Chelsea welcome in, as well as the Oilers are crushing along here. Friends, I am going to take just a second here to go get some water, and I'll be right back, and we'll keep things going in just a matter of moments. All right, friends, my apologies. I even left the mic unmuted. That's unlike me, but we're good to rock and roll. Steve, welcome in. FC, good afternoon to you as well. Friends, what we're going to see right here, right now, oh yes, you betcha, I got the Saturday afternoon BioSteel for you. We're going to rock. We're going to roll. I knew I didn't grab water for a reason, and that would be why. As the Oilers to the power play here, or just kidding, it's penalty kill, Predators on the power play. As Zach Hyman takes a goalie interference call, 93.4 mile an hour for Roman Josi on the power play. Slap shot one-timer. 82.7 is the Oilers' penalty kill so far this season. 7th in the NHL. They continue to just continue killing penalties, right? They have just done a wonderful job here. Thursday versus Minnesota, 0 for 2 was the power play in Nashville. Well, they've already lost 40 seconds of their power play here. And Matthias Janmark just dancing with the puck too much here in the neutral zone. That allows Nyquist to drive it down low, and that's going to be a big slap shot by the Oilers that drifts the puck all the way back into Nashville's end. Kevin and Lankinen out to play the puck. 8:13 to go here in this first period of play. $1:05 to go in this power play for Nashville, who continues to just not be able to get anything started. The Oilers penalty kill, the discipline's been much better over the past 5. And also, you got to remember, they've got a big total of 13 kills in 13 attempts over the last 5 games. So, we're rolling along. As you betcha. As the Oilers, this afternoon, up 1-0 over top of the Nashville Predators. A big part here for them is they got to just find a way here to score the next goal, get it up to 2-0, and then we should be rolling into what should be a good finish to this hockey game as the Oilers fire it up off of a leg of the Nashville Predators out of play. That might have been Matthias Ekholm, who was once upon a time drafted 102nd overall in 2009 by the Nashville Predators. That is what you're talking about. That is a great draft pick by the Predators. What would that be? That would be 4th round back then. That's not a bad 4th round pick overall in Matthias Ekholm. To think that he's solidified the Oilers defense the way he does. Ryan McDonough plays it down low near side to Novak. Now the Oilers rolling around looking for a seam to cut off a puck and obviously clear the zone. McDonough out there continuing along. Novak back over, pass in front. Save made by Skinner. I saw the shot come, but I thought I missed it wide. But no, Stuart Skinner just made the most unreal save I think he has on the stretch so far, as that was an absolute beaut. As the Nashville Predators just played it right into the slot, and then he, that's actually what happened, is I lost sight of the puck because it bounced right out of play off his blocker, but he pretty much threw an arm at it and goes up and out of play, so that is unreal. 7:32 to go in this first period. Darnell Nurse down low. Cody Ceci fires it down into the Predators' end, and that should pretty much do it for the Predators' power play here. Is the Ryan McDonough guy. He'll try and pick up that puck, and now Predators pretty much get as many of the regulars on the ice here as possible, as this will come near side. The shot loading up is going to be forced to the outside by Connor Brown. Perfect stick work by Connor Brown. And the Nashville Predators have seen Zach Hyman sprung to the backhand. Oh, he just didn't have the Connor McDavid finish there. I thought he was going to find the shelf, but he spun off it a little too soon, and the puck went wide in the far side corner, and the Predators able to continue to puck possession down the ice as they will load up the Oilers on a bad giveaway at the Oilers line. And this Draisaitl playing it back to the point. It's cut off by the Preds. Comes down low now for Hyman. Top lines on the ice here. McDavid sees Hyman and him pinned along the wall. 3 Predators against 2 Oilers. And this one now comes back the other way for the Preds to fire it down low into the Oilers end. Bouchard, just a calm, cool, collected, perfect stick play. And it comes all the way into the Preds end though on the clear. And that will be an icing call with 6:15 to go here in this first period of play. Friends, welcome aboard. I just saw we've peaked up here again as this live stream continues along. We have just hit that 139 mark, so there's potential we'll have 150 of you along for the ride at some point here in this first period of play. So thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you being along. And we continue here as the Oilers See the face-off lost to the Predators. Bouchard takes his man down, doesn't take a penalty. The Oilers have been really crafty with using the stick and body to take Predators and down here in this first period, and I think we saw a little bit of that against Chicago as well. Some really interesting plays by the Oilers, just basically keeping guys to the outside and winning battles that normally I think for the Oilers would be penalties. But here's Roman Josi loading up the shot. He gets through. Skinner makes the save off the glove. That was awkward. Goes in behind the net, and the Roman Josi is going to see this one go down low into the corner. He continued to keep it alive, but Vinny Desharnais battles Nyquist off the puck, and this will come back into the neutral zone where it's picked up by Nugent Hopkins. He's offside, has to flip it down low into the far side corner. CS welcome in, and of course John and Heather welcome in from Mazatlan, Mexico. I assume we've got probably a little bit of Oda country content here, our viewers, I guess, today, as it's a Saturday afternoon, right? Everybody's out and about doing things at the resort and probably catching up on the Oilers a little bit as well while they can. 5 minutes to go here in this first period of play. Vinny Desharnais battling a Nashville Predator. Again, one of those battles that I think traditionally is a penalty, and somehow, some way, the refs kind of letting the Oilers and Preds play more of an old-timey game, I guess you could say. Not necessarily saying the 80s, but saying maybe 5-6 years ago compared to 2024, as here's loading up Ryan McLeod over to Corey Perry. Perry down low to McLeod, just had Holloway in the slot and couldn't find him, as there's a nice play by Perry in front to Ryan McLeod, and McLeod just has a couple of cracks at it, couldn't jam it home on the chance there for the doorstep crash, as that was a beautiful opportunity for McLeod. He had 1, 2, and then a third crack that he missed on Kevin Lankin, and I thought for sure he was going to jam that one home. Bert, welcome in. Glad to have you aboard for the ride today, as I will continue to look over to the I'll send this here. Joe Gambardella scoring goals with his face. That man is still playing hockey. That is fantastic to see that Joe Gambardella is still playing hockey. All right, friends, again, I'm going to just quickly take a look at that watch time and then encourage you to hit that subscribe button here in a little bit. We're up to 71 hours. So, yeah, I think we are going to be just fine this afternoon for the regular old goals. We might have to start setting it at 300 per full stream. But, friends, if you are new and you want to tune back in for more Oilers content throughout the season, I'd encourage you to hit that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV. Just to give you a little pitch on that, we're closing in on 15,000 subscribers. That's what I'm going to let up, other than on the live streams about the subscribe button. But to give you an idea, we're at 14,749. So we are about, by the end of this stream, to cross into the last 250 subscribers to go to that big magical 15,000 that I've been targeting here for a while. So Daniel, welcome in as well, and I think we have got everybody else welcome to the chat, so we should be ready to rock and roll after this commercial break comes to an end. Again, a big thank you to Awake for keeping us commercial free here throughout that rest of this first period, and obviously the first period intermission. Friends, you know, it's something that I just usually try to do. If you guys slap down dollars, I try to make sure I'm not running ads for you, so we're good to go. As we continue to see the Oilers trying to win pucks down low in the Nashville zone. So far, it's a shot from the slot that's found the back of the net from Nugent Hopkins. Here's Ryan McLeod. This line is earning some time on the ice. That much is for sure. Corey Perry has been very impactful, very much as advertised so far in his first few shifts as an Edmonton Oiler, and I think the coach is going to give him a lot of time here as Perry comes, throws a hit, wins the battle. Here comes Dylan Holloway now back the other way. He gets battled off the puck. Lankinen is going to fire it to the near side boards, just about out of the zone, or just about out of the play area, but geez, that was close to being a delay of game penalty, as the Oilers will change things up here. 3:49 to go in this first period of play. Darnell Nurse will skate around as 4 Oilers come back to help him out. Cody Ceci still distracted. Ceci sets a pick. That allows Mr. Darnell Nurse up the ice. Draisaitl staying on side, and that is one of those rare chances here over the past 15, 16, 26 games under Paul Coffey, whatever it's been, where Darnell Nurse rushes right up the middle of the ice thinking he's a forward. But here's the thing, now all of a sudden that reliability and just perfection to his game kind of allows him to get back into the zone. But it looks like Darnell Nurse has ate a high stick, and the Nashville Predators will go to the penalty kill as well. So let's welcome in. Tuning in from the UK today, watching the Oilers. And Daniel tuning in from British Columbia, of course. Tuning in for another Edmonton Oilers live stream. And I think Corey Perry, friends, is doing everything that he was advertised to do for us. Philip Forsberg ready to rock and roll here, as this will be a face-off to the right of Kevin Lankinen. 2 minutes to go on the power play for the Oilers, which is already 1-for-1. The face-off will be redone one more time. For a linesman wasn't too happy with the puck drop. Nice play by McDavid to win it back to Bouchard, but Bouchard just could not do much with the terrible pass from McDavid. That'll allow Stuart Skinner to reload it for Bouchard. 3 minutes to go in the period here, as the Oilers will load up the attack, get across the Predators line. McDavid with speed loads up into the near side corner. He's going to slow down now, change of pace there. Nugent Hopkins, pass down low to Hyman. Puck just can't find the back of the net. There's Hyman had definitely done everything but just dribble it across the line. $1:26 to go. The Oilers win the battle as Smith takes down McDavid, just squashed him to the ice. Like I said, there's a couple of hits, couple of stick plays here so far this period where it's like, that's definitely not 2024 ref, and this game's kind of being played a little bit more older NHL style. This one picked up now by Bouchard, played in to the blue line area of the Predators. Nice play by the Oilers, using the odd man advantage to set up zone time. Coming across the line now is McDavid. He drifts onto the puck, shot fired. Can't find the back of the net or even the net at all on that one, as McDavid loads up the attack again. 2 minutes to go in the period. Shot backhanded on Lankinen, goes off of him onto the tape of Hyman, drifted back to the blue line and out of the zone. So this one goes the other side now for McDavid. Nice pass there to immediately gain the zone again. Bouchard's going to have to battle to keep this in. He loses it. That's a nice board play by Bouchard to stand tall on the clearing attempt by Nashville. They might have been able to spring a guy if they perfectly placed the puck in the Oilers' end, as Nurse goes to the far side. This will allow the Oilers across the line. Here's McDavid pushing down low. There's that Fogle. That was Fogle looking like Connor McDavid. Second unit on the ice here. Darnell Nurse is going to drift down to the far side corner for that pass. And now he's going to fire the shot from the point. Tipped in front, goes wide. And the Oilers continue to roll around here as Corey Perry takes his first shift on an Edmonton Oilers power play, kind of weaponizing that second unit here as Perry drives the front of the net, doesn't get it towards the net. And this one will allow the Oilers to continue rolling around here. Shot fired back down low by the Preds. And here's Darnell Nurse regathering the puck with $1:04 to go here in this first period to play. The Oilers will backhand up off the boards, go all the way into the Predators, and an icing call there, as it just kind of got that extra bit of momentum coming off the glass that allowed the icing call. So here's Stuart Skinner playing this puck. Nice little play. And the Oilers are definitely buzzing here at times this game. Obviously, you'd like to see them do a little bit more as this game goes along, but we'll take it, as they have not been bad so far. So 54 seconds to go in this first period. The Oilers win a first period for the first time in a little while, it feels like. And now this comes back down to Ekholm. Ekholm will pick this puck up. 8-7 the shots on net for the Oilers. Far side pass to Connor Brown. Brown's going to jam it down low to Matthias Janmark. Brown in there battling as well for the puck against two Nashville Predators. Nice play over to McLeod. Now near side pass to Desharnais. The shot fired, blocked in front. If that got through, that was back in the net there somehow, some way for the Edmonton Oilers, as this is going to be fired from the far side on the regain of the zone by the Predators right into the pad area of Stuart Skinner with 15.9 seconds to go. And Vinny Desharnais has just grabbed a hold of somebody here that jammed towards the net after Skinner covered the puck. They're not going to show the scrum too much, but he's not backing down as Cody Glass against Vinny Desharnais. And it's just one of those plays there for the Predators that, again, the Oilers swallow up rather quickly as there were sticks in the lane, and it's just Brett Kulak basically stealing it off the stick of the Nashville Predator player and allowing the Oilers to more or less just cover up a puck and get a face-off with 15.9 seconds to go here in this first period of play. 8-7 the shots, like I said, so the Oilers rolling along as this face-off's won back by the Predators, fired down low into the far side, and then it came near side. And again, that's another one of those plays where I think a little bit of stick work there is usually called against the Oilers. Nugent-Hopkins was able to come up with the puck, shot fired. Derek Ryan sees it go off him, and that will bleed out clock here in this first period of play. So the Edmonton Oilers win another period as the Oilers obviously did a good job there to just stymie the Predators throughout the period and find a way to lead this hockey game after one. Again, not the most impressive period by any means, but Corey Perry's looked good. The Oilers have done enough to win the hockey game after one period of play, or be winning the hockey game after one period of play, and I'll take that all day. Andrew, welcome in. I think we missed you earlier as well. And Scott, I don't know if I caught you, but for sure. First pro game, Stuart Skinner, number 33, Wichita Thunder jersey. See, that's the thing a lot of folks don't know, is just how much time Stuart Skinner spent bouncing. I think for, was it a year and a half until it was Shane Starrett getting injured. I think Stuart Skinner spent a lot of time bouncing back and forth between the ECHL. Him and back then Dylan Wells as well. So crazy to think where the Edmonton Oilers goaltending has gone to and from and all over the place. While we were all yelling at Mike Smith and Mikko Koskinen, one Stuart Skinner was evolving his hockey game down in Wichita and Bakersfield. And now you see the results here this year. A year in which he's played a little bit more to start the year than he did last year. But obviously, too, the pressure of the world's not on him to save the season necessarily as it was last year when Jack Campbell had faltered, because the Oilers were still very dedicated to Jack Campbell. But this year, Skinner knows he's a starting caliber goalie, and as well, you've got Calvin Pickard, who's come in and played fantastic hockey to offset Stuart Skinner when he needs a rest. But friends, after the first period of play, it's 1-0 for the Edmonton Oilers, and just to fill you in, we've got 3.2 hours to go until we hit that 100-hour mark. So if you are just tuning along for the ride, we'll have the first period recap here in a moment, but I will again encourage you to hit that subscribe button on Dolynny TV. Stick around for more Edmonton Oilers content as this season continues to progress. We've got 38 games remaining until playoffs. The Oilers well on point to possibly make the playoffs in a good spot at current moment. And we're in the third spot in the Pacific Division, and we continue to climb the points standings here. So, friends, the Oilers, the Predators, after one period of play, the shots 8-7 for the Oilers, 9-8 the hits for the Predators. So, again, kind of a different game because the Preds aren't necessarily hitting us as hard as the Blackhawks did last time out. 11-8 the face-offs for Nashville. The Oilers 1 for 2 on the power play, 1 for 1 on the penalty kill. Obviously, the giveaways dead even at 1, right? That was a clean period for the Oilers. Although the one thing they did well was knock the men off pucks for the Predators and obviously steal the puck away. 6 takeaways in that period for the Oilers, and it could have been much worse for the Predators had they not had a ton of block shots through the first 20. It's Nugent-Hopkins from Draisaitl and McDavid on the power play. So Nuge draws up goal number 12 of the season. Draisaitl and Connor McDavid pick up, well, their assists, 33rd of the season for Draisaitl, 45th of the season for Connor McDavid, who continues to quietly hum along for what will be definitely another 100-point season plus. For him, it was Lauzon, Hyman, and obviously as well Philip Forsberg with the penalties there. In terms of ice time, friends, well, let's just see where Corey Perry's at. Connor Brown played 327. Corey Perry played 431. So pretty impressive there for Corey Perry to play about a fifth, just over a fifth of the period in his first game back since November 19th. And you think here too, Connor McDavid played 727 of that first period. Well, that's 2 power play goals, or 2 power play unit shifts for him will do that as well. Brett Kulak played 417, Evander Kane 407. So typically your guys who play minutes have played minutes so far in this first period. So Friends, we continue along here on the live stream so far. We'll go to the chat as Daniel is asking, who did Perry replace? It was Sam Gagner. Despite Sam Gagner being a fourth liner for the Oilers this season, it was Perry getting the elevation to the third line and Connor Brown going back down to the fourth line right there. So you don't mind that at all. And as well as we continue, yeah, Andrew, I think as you're saying, why you're impressed by the first period is because the Oilers were against a better team in Nashville as opposed to, say, Chicago or Columbus. I think end all be all of it, as well as the Oilers quite simply won the period 1-0. But hanging in there, obviously facing a team that has weapons like Forsberg, has goaltending that's a little bit more NHL caliber. I think you're 100% right in the fact that the Oilers desperately needed a good first period, and they got it here today against the Nashville Predators, so we'll take that. And Picard has been amazing. Couldn't ask for a better third stringer, Scott. I will tell you, Picard coming in has definitely been a huge plus. The only thing is, the key word is he is a third stringer, right? He's a guy who you aren't going to want to be your starting goalie game in, game out if there's an injury to one Stuart Skinner. That's what I'd tell you right there. So as we continue along, Alan, welcome into the stream. Glad to have you along for the ride. The points production for the big three is down a lot. What does that mean? Well, look at what we've been doing. We've been giving up 2 or less goals over the past 12 games. That's what it means. The commitment to defense, the commitment to winning hockey games the right way, winning hockey games on a defensively reliable game in, game out format has been fantastic for us so far, and I look forward to seeing the Oilers hopefully continue that down the stretch here. Maybe down in the last 5 games of the year, play a little looser, open it up and see what you can score for points. But right now for the Oilers, it has been quite the run here in the past 15 games. And Alan, welcome in from Fort McMurray. Glad to have you aboard for the ride. As we continue into this first period intermission, friends, we are rolling what will be a good first period of play in the books for the Oilers, and now all of a sudden we just have to kind of roll through the next period, see if we're still winning after that, and then we can very well roll into a good, fun hockey game. That much is for sure. The Oilers 50-50 obviously is crushing along tonight. I think it's up over, all told, 1.5 million. I think they draw it at the end of today, so keep that in mind as well if you do feel it's slapping down. Not that I like promoting gambling on Dolynny TV, but I'm a fan of the 50-50, all right? Like 50-50s have done a lot of good things for hockey teams I've been a part of over the years, so that is the one bit I will always encourage you to do if you have the couple of spare bucks thrown around. Corey Perry, in terms of him after the first period play, it was a good period from him. Nugent Hopkins with the goal for the Oilers that sets us up 1-0 after 1 period of play, so don't mind that at all. And friends, I will again take just a quick moment to look at the watch time. Sorry, the mustache is just starting to come in, and there's a couple of hairs that are turning up and under the nose here, tickling me tonight. But 111 hours on the stream so far. So yeah, we're rolling along this afternoon. Obviously, what's been a good game so far from the Edmonton Oilers. 1-0. Corey Perry's done his stuff, so you like to see it. And hopefully for the Oilers, the rest of this game continues along well, and we continue to get this good job done. Ryan, welcome in from St. Albert as well. We will be back. I think we can play Where in the World Are You Tuning In From here in a brief moment. I'm just going to quickly take a break upstairs and be right back. All right, friends, let's continue along. My apologies. Just a quick run up, refill the water bottle, all that. But again, if you want to tell me where in the world you're tuning in from this afternoon, so as I can give you a shout out in the stream, I'd be glad to do that for you. But I think so far everybody's been pretty much coming in telling me where they're from anyway today. We've got everybody tuning in from obviously north of Canada, BC. We've had Mexico, so really all we're missing is east. Well, we've had the UK, so we've had north, south, west, and east so far on the stream. So we're rolling along today. Patrick's tuning in from Red Deer this afternoon. And yeah, we continue along for what should be a good, fun rest of this hockey game. The Oilers up 1-0 after one period of play. Steve's checking in from Crossfield this afternoon. Well, Steve, I do not think I'm making my way to Crossfield today, to be honest with you. I usually head up there on a Saturday for a hockey game or so, but it will be 2 weekends from now that I tune in to Crossfield for a hockey game. On Sunday, actually, is what I've been told the schedule is. But we continue for, obviously now, John Shannon and Bob Stauffer on the broadcast here today, talking a little Corey Perry, so we look forward to seeing what they have to say. And of course, Stoney tuning in from the Yukon territory. And that's, like I said, we have north, south, west, east, everywhere on the map so far. We just, I think we have Steve, of course, tuning in as well from, or Scott, sorry, Scott. I'm seeing Steve in the chat and then saying Steve instead of Scott. Scott tuning in from, of course, the U.S. So we've got everybody tuning around, and Jordan's same thing, tuning in from Houston, but from Lloydminster. So wonder, normally we have some folks tune in from either Thailand or the Philippines as well. I'm sure Gav will make his way from New Zealand. I should know that off the top of my head, but for some reason I was blanking there. Make his way in from New Zealand at some point today. And that's Alyssa Kelly Dibben tuning in from Stony Plain, Alberta. Excellent. And Ulf Germany tuning in, cheering for Leo and Draisaitl. You'll love to see it. Draisaitl's had a quiet period so far. I don't think he was overly dangerous, but still picked up an assist, his 33rd of the season here. And of course, Steve is tuning in from St. Albert, and Daniel tuning in, asking if the Oilers are going to win. Well, friends, you know what the record is, historically speaking, when I drink BioSteel on game days. It's pretty dang good. It didn't work so great in the playoffs, but the regular season is a different beast altogether, and we're looking to hopefully see the Oilers win another hockey game rather easily today. Matthias Janmark is a half-point per game player with the Edmonton Oilers on the blue line, and a plus 43 in his 64 games played. He's been an absolute menace on defense, a guy that you just love to have back there, and a guy, he delivers physicality, he delivers perfectly timed poke checks, he delivers reliability offensively, and some really steady passes out of the zone as well. So Matthias Ekholm's just a guy who battles it out and gets the job done. So Jack tuning in from the banks of the mighty Niagara River, well, at least nearby the Niagara River, I guess you could say, as it's been a fun hockey game so far for the Oilers, and so far for us fans watching Corey Perry. He's been fantastic so far. I think there was a lot of, as we saw in there with CS talking about it earlier as well, a lot of, do you do this? Do you really want to do this? Why would you want to put him in when we're riding hot? Why change anything? Come on, that's a bad idea. But so far through one period of play, it's paid off for the Oilers. Corey Perry was impactful in that first period, so we'll see if that continues to be the case as we see the second period about to unfold here in a little bit. Yeah, it's also been something here. Not to mention just McDavid, but the entire physicality of this hockey game has been rather interesting so far for the Edmonton Oilers, in the fact of McDavid's been mauled so far a couple times by the Predators. I think too the Oilers have mauled some Predators players just defensively, dragging them down off the puck, creating takeaways. And it's been interesting because there's been very much so a lack of penalties called so far because of it. So we'll see if guys like Corey Perry, guys like Connor Brown, Zach Hyman really start to thrive as this game goes on, because they're going to be able to get away with that little bit extra that sometimes you're able to get away with in the playoffs as opposed to the regular season. But today you're getting away with it because it just seems to be a little bit more of an old school game. Not saying like the 80s, like old school is meant to say, more like back in 2014, 15, 16, kind of when Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl were busting into the league, and guys like McDavid hadn't quite changed the discretionary calls in the NHL. So here we go. Final commercial before we get into this second period, friends. We continue along. Like I said, the watch time here over the past few games, average view duration, we're just creeping up 4:59. So 4 minutes and 59 seconds. That is absolute insanity. Again, I think we creeped up once there during the playoffs, but we were about averaging closer to 350 in the playoffs. And here now we're looking at grand total of 129 hours. So we've got 70 hours to get between now and the end of the second intermission, which again, I think we're going to absolutely dummy some numbers here today. We dummied numbers last game out against Chicago. I think we ended up with 400 watch hours. So friends, in terms of what makes this fun down the stretch, we just get to hang out, talk Oilers all game, right? It's not like people are just coming in, coming out immediately. When the average view duration on 1,500 views is 5 minutes, that means a lot of you are spending a lot of dang good time for us here chatting up. Not just with me, right? There's a lot of chatter that goes on in the comments section, chat, whatever you want to call it, and I like the banter as well. So it's fun. You learn some stuff and continue on. I mean, you guys catch a lot of things that I miss as well, because listening without sound kind of makes it difficult. So you do what you do. But Northern Farm Girl tuning in from Alberta Northeast in the country of Oilers. Yes, so there we have it. We got everybody up and covered. So, and Steve's asking the important questions. What's everyone's favorite Save on Foods ad? Yeah, that's something that we often get as Edmonton Oilers fans. Obviously, they have the Save on Foods score to win, but they're doing fantastic so far, saving money. I don't think anyone scored 4 goals in a while on a regional broadcast in Western Canada, so they're doing decent. Jen, welcome in. And Brian, welcome in as well. We got 2 folks tuning in first thing right away here. I got to find a better place for this BioSteel, I'll tell you that much. But we're continuing along and obviously not seeing too much progress on the broadcast so far. The Oilers are only up 1-0, so we got a little bit of a ways to go yet. I think what you got to monitor here the rest of the way home is Corey Perry's ice time. He's got 1 shot on goal, 4 minutes and 31 seconds time on ice for the Oilers. And so far, just the physicality has been the most impactful part for him when it comes down to this hockey game. The Oilers 8-7 the shots on goal, 9-8 the hits for the Predators, and 11-8 the face-offs for the Predators. So Corey Perry staying sharp while he was out of the league there for a few months. About 2 months he was off the NHL, and he continued to just mull around and stay sharp with some guys, and looks like he was hanging out with some young guys there, staying sharp, getting pushed around. So here we go. Corey Perry ready to get into the nitty-gritty of the second period. He's sitting there talking to somebody on the ice as Ryan Nugent-Hopkins will draw in for the face-off with, of course, Fogle and Kane flanking him on the wings. And we are just about set for second period action as the Oilers look forward to getting things going here. As this one will be a face-off, 1 back by the Predators. The Predators will fire off the boards here, and this Cody Ceci jamming it back the other way. The Predators just niftily cut it off at their own blue line, guided into the Oilers zone. Darnell Nurse will pick it up there for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. It's lifted up and off the glass and out of play. So 15 seconds in, thankfully we don't have a penalty. We just have a face-off in the Oilers' end. The Oilers officially credited with another shot on goal in that first period. So just like that, we're now up to 9-7 the shots edge. And this one will now be a face-off for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Ryan O'Reilly will take the face-off for the Predators as it's picked up off the face-off by none other than Darnell Nurse. He'll fire it up off the glass, tipped in again by Evander Kane down low, picked up by Favreau, wired around near side. Now looking for a pass there. The Oilers cut it off. Secondary attempt cut off again. And this will come down low into the Oilers zone. It was not cut off. It actually just missed everybody down the way, and it is an icing call here against the Nashville Predators. So 2 quick whistles to begin this hockey game. Just 15 seconds in, 17 seconds in the next one. And we are now in the defensive zone for the Predators, as the Oilers will get the big boys on the ice. Draisaitl, McDavid, Hyman taking the face off. Draisaitl may very well see himself escorted out here. Ryan O'Reilly's taking the draw, and both guys get a stay in the dot as McDavid goes chasing along the end wall. This is going to allow Draisaitl to come in. Draisaitl reverses back around to McDavid. Far side, Ekholm drifts down low into the corner to keep this one alive, but then him and McDavid miscue, and the Predators back the other way to the attack. There it is, though. Defensively responsible play from Leon Draisaitl, just to backtrack, get a stick in the lane, lift a stick at the right time, and the Oilers are back the other way. Ekholm across the blue line. He's going to drop off to McDavid. The shot blocked in the lane. Predators back the other way now again. This one's starting to open up a little bit here in this second period, as both teams starting to get the legs moving just a few minutes in. As this one rimmed around the zone, back the other way it comes out of the zone, as Nashville saw that one come all the way into their own end. They pick it up again to the attack as Draisaitl turns it back on the cutoff at center ice. Hyman passing it over to McDavid. The one-timer shot, save made by Lankinen on shot number 10 of the game. Draisaitl able to reverse down to McDavid. Far side pass, back in front. Hyman had Lankinen and the defenseman just sprawling to the other dot, but just could not cash it home. Tipped up over top of the stick. And this one will come back now for the Oilers to go to the far side in their own zone as Stuart Skinner touches up and leaves it there for Vinny Desharnais. 18-10 to go in this second period as Desharnais rims it around the boards to the far side, as Kulak will take a hit to make a play, and then Desharnais almost Steve Smiths it into Stuart Skinner's net. 17:58 near side pass for Schenn. Shot fired, deflected in front. And that's the thing. The Oilers are only holding a 1-0 lead here, so they got to make sure they stay responsible and continue to keep the puck out of the net here in this second period. As Smith's dragging around behind, he's going to see it go down low to another Oilers player, and this will be picked up by McLeod over. Nice little touch pass to Dylan Holloway, who's dragging in on net. Holloway to the blue paint, just couldn't tuck it around Lankinen, who got the leg out and took him out last second. This has definitely been a little bit more vintage from the Edmonton Oilers compared to the last 2-3 games. The Oilers are starting to fly around. Here's a pass by the Predators that finds its way through the zone. Nice little play, continues it down low, and now the Predators in behind Stuart Skinner, near side corner, battling against Ceci. Derek Ryan finds the puck. He will try and chip it off. A Predators player, Cody Glass, spins it down low again, and the Predators have definitely been battling around here pretty well. And there's a nice play now, picked up by Connor Brown, tipped away last second before he could fully gather the puck by a Predators player, and that will be an offside at the Oilers line as it was fired back in just like that. So that was a beautiful play by Dylan Holloway to get in on net, just could not finish it off, and the Oilers had 3 good chances there. Hyman flubbed up the shot, or that was 2-0, and he turned Luke Schenn inside out and just could not hold the handle on that one around the defenseman and the goaltender Lankinen. So 16:47 to go here in this second period. Rim back in off the face-off win by the Predators. The Oilers quickly gather up the puck. Ekholm's taken down from behind the pass in front of a nice play. Put through the crease by Nashville. And somehow, someway, the Oilers continue to play on in a 1-0 game. That was a big, big miss from the Predators. The Oilers fans, if we did that, would be a very, very upset. Empty net for the Preds on the far side, and they were unable to convert. 4 minutes almost gone here in this second period of play. Forsberg at 50 points this season, 2 points the last 5 games so far for the Nashville Predators snipers. This one goes down low. Forsberg with the puck. You know he's pulled a Michigan before, so you got to be on him in behind the net. And this one comes back to the point. The shot not coming from Favreau, now coming down from Yossi to the far side. There's good battle in front between Forsberg and Bouchard. Shot fired, save made by Skinner, his 8th of the game. And this one will come tipping down into the neutral ice. Nice pickup by Evander Kane. He's to the attack. Backhand just pushed wide. Probably one of the best releases on the backhand Kane's had this year. as Darnell Nurse will fire off the boards for Ceci, who will try to gather steam. He's taken down. And again, like I said, there's some stick work here that's unusual out of today's NHL not to be called, as McDavid will come back the other way. Draisaitl across the line trying to tap it onto the skate or stick of McDavid. McDavid just couldn't get the shot off as it's played now by Nurse, drifted into the far side corner off a couple deflections again. Draisaitl's taken out. He continues to battle, keeps the puck alive for the Oilers as the Predators are able to just tap it all the way down to the stick of Stuart Skinner. Picked up by Nurse looking for the home run pass. He somewhat has it, but the Oilers are offside just by a minute. Or is it a penalty here for the Oilers? I'm seeing Daniel mention a penalty as Forsberg turned Nugent Hopkins inside out in front of his own net and then just put it through the crease off the post by 4 inches on Stuart Skinner. And that's a tough go there, that much is for sure. And here's Draisaitl interfering at center ice. So, okay, finally they call one of the plays that's been a little bit off today, right? That's kind of a weird play that we've seen a couple of times over the past few games. I think mostly called for a penalty, but I think against Chicago there was an instance of that didn't get called. So interesting to see it's called here, and that was a shot off the crossbar for the Predators, and I think that might have rung back bar. I would not be surprised to maybe see something happen here in terms of a goal horn in Edmonton if they think there's a goal. But Forsberg shot fired, save made by the defense that time, blocking it twice over. And Nugent Hopkins in behind his own net, still battling this one. Ceci's going to fire it down the length of the ice. And the Oilers are going to see Kevin Lankinen come out to play this puck. $1:30 remaining in the power play for the Nashville Predators as they continue along looking to get things going. This is going to pick up steam here down the stretch into the Oilers' end as the Predators are offside. Ooh, running out of steam here, friends. Definitely need lunch already. Might have to grab lunch on the way to the rink a little later today, as this one is a nice play there by the Predators to fire it off the one-timer down low. Just couldn't find the back of the net, so the Oilers continue along in what's a 1-0 game so far. The Predators, not for a lack of trying, are down 1-0. This one will coming to the far side for the Predators, picked up past the middle. That flubs off the stick of Forsberg as the Predators continue the attack here down low. Nyquist bats it to the far side boards, shot down low again in Nyquist. He goes back to the far side point. Yossi dancing around, spins off of Fogle, comes near side to Forsberg. Shot fired off of Skinner's arm. Nice keep in by Nyquist. This one comes back down low now for Ekholm, who's going to pick this puck up, fire it down into the neutral zone, and that will kill off, well, already a minute 25 of the power play for Nashville. And again, the Oilers turn and burn back the other way, and here's all of a sudden Matthias Janmark dragging to the backhand around behind the net as he's trying to definitely keep this clock moving here for the Oilers on yet another penalty kill this game, as Novak will cross the Oilers line, drift it behind Stuart Skinner. The Oilers quickly gather on that and are able to chip out to the neutral zone. 10 seconds remains in the Nashville power play as they'll get across the line, fire it down in the near side dot. That's Evangelista playing that puck. He's looking for something. Shot fired, save made by the Oilers. Stuart Skinner. Now puck is cleared out of the zone as the penalty has expired for the Edmonton Oilers. On the ice is Leon Draisaitl. Shot save made by Cody Glass. Driving the net, Stuart Skinner stands tall. 12:50 to go in this second period, friends, and we continue along here in what has been an easygoing hockey game so far. The Oilers have gotten the first period lead and just sat on it so far. So I'll encourage you right now, friends, if you haven't hit that like button yet on the stream, definitely do that. We're up over, what I think, 45 or 54. Yeah, we're at 54 right now. So closing in on about 75 here, and we could definitely use that before the end of the period, I will tell you that much. So if you're enjoying it, definitely do that. And I will update you on the watch time now at 162 hours all told so far through not even halfway of the first period. So we're crushing along, and we just gotta hope that the Oilers can keep this slim 1-0 lead going long enough to expand it to 2-0 and then maybe 3-0 like we did against Chicago last game out. Obviously it's been a solid game plan from the Edmonton Oilers so far, so you can't really complain all too much. We continue along for what's been a good hockey game so far. Obviously, I think a little bit more of a timid day, right, for the I guess for the live stream so far. It's been a quieter afternoon in the stream, but we're crushing along. Braden, welcome in as well. Glad to have you aboard, and George is back as well, as it's the regulars and the crew from the last game starting to make their way in here as well. But I'm a little tired today. One of those nights where you think, oh yeah, I know, you know what, Friday night's going to be nice and tame, and then all of a sudden you try and make plans, you're driving around trying to be in the areas where your friends might say yeah to you, but no one wanted to party last night. That's fine. We're going to party this evening. We're going to go down to Airdrie, go watch a hockey game at the rink in Airdrie, and then go crush off what should be a fun night. Some steak sandwiches on the menu tonight for a little cookout we're having out in the middle of nowhere, east of Calgary. So I'm looking forward to it, but the Oilers obviously up 1-0. This is one of those games so far you're pretty comfortable with the effort here from the Oilers, so nothing too much to worry about as of yet through a period and a half of hockey game. And so far the Oilers have given us every reason to believe they're going to easily be able to bring this one home if they continue their effort through the first 28 minutes. As another shot save made by Skinner off a scramble in front. Shot to the middle of the ice there by Shen. I don't even know if it would have hit the net, but the Oilers cut it off. And here's a big play as that's Ryan McDonough erasing Zach Hyman. The Oilers are able to bounce it up off the boards, picked up there by Shen in the neutral zone at his own blue line, tipped in again by the Predators, who now are outshooting the Oilers 13-9, so they've had the better of the chances here over the past 6 minutes or so, I guess you could say. The Oilers one shot, I think, this period so far, as they will play this to the far side. Getting to the attack is Zach Hyman. He has drifted off the puck by the Nashville Predators defense, and I think the Predators defense is pretty big, pretty good, so you got to keep that in mind compared to, say, last year, where the Predators are out defensively. The Preds have gotten much better, and the Oilers somehow keep that onside. Last-ditch effort by Mr. Evan Bouchard back to the blue line. Shot drifted towards the net by a deflection, goes off of the player and goes into the near side corner. Corey Perry battling along the boards, keeps it alive. Now he's got McDavid and Draisaitl with him, so Corey Perry definitely out there and looking to make some hits, looking to make some plays, and Bouchard's going to keep it on side for the time being. He's going to walk the line, somehow still around as Bouchard tries to win the battle. The puck just bouncing it off the end boards. Self-pass didn't work out. 2-on-1 back the other way. Bouchard gathers up. Nice shot by the Predators. Goes up and over top of the net. They regain zone time, however. Ekholm, though, on the dump down low, is able to cut it off. And with 11:10 to go here in this first period of play, the Oilers are necessarily playing a good game, but they need to get some chances on net here if they want to keep this game going. As this one comes to the near side, picked up now by Forsberg, cut off by Holloway as he deflects it out into center ice. 10:47 to go in this second period, picked up by Stuart Skinner. Kulak comes to the far side, passes it out there, and this is going to be a nice play by Darnay to get it to center ice. Nice and nifty play there by Nugent Hopkins to, again, win a battle and just keep the puck going in the general good direction. This one will go there at that, and we will remove that. It's 10:22 to go in this second period. The Oilers get this one going the other way, as picked up by Ryan McLeod. Shot fired, save made there, and McLeod will go back to the blue line as Kulak goes across. Shot fired, save made again in front. I think that puck might have actually deflected out of the zone and into the stands, so we'll have a stoppage and play here with a few minutes to go in this period. Well, we got just about 10.5 to go in this second period, friends. And I think that will pretty much do it for me. That will do it for me here in this live stream so far tonight, simply because I do have to get to Airdrie by 5 o'clock, so I'm not sure if we're going to be able to pull off the rest of the period and then obviously everything in time. I got to be on the road by 4:30, so the Oilers still have half a game remaining. I don't know if we're necessarily going to get it done in an hour and 20 minutes, so tight turnarounds. Want to be in Airdrie ASAP to grab some food before the hockey game, but this one's down low in the Oilers' end. They lose the race for the puck on the icing call. So we've got a play on in the Predators' end. This will come down to Lankinen. It was not icing, so The Nashville goaltender will have to come out and play that puck. Nice nifty play by the Preds to wheel and deal around their own zone to get across the Oilers line. This one's going to come on net. Stuart Skinner makes the save right there. And this will come back into the middle of the ice. Skating onto it is Connor McDavid. Shot fired, trying to go 5-hole save made by Lankinen, keeping the 5-hole shut. And Connor McDavid's not at all happy there. After being denied on that good-looking chance, Jasmine, welcome in as we continue things into a commercial break here, friends. I'm going to send you an ad just to see if it's working. No, we don't need to. We don't need no ads. No ads. We'll keep that off the base today. And friends, I will just tell you instead to hit that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV. We continue to close in on 15,000 subscribers. It does appear I will come just short here at the end of January. How about 14,756 currently? So another 6 of you have joined aboard here this afternoon. Thank you for doing that, by the way. Appreciate that. And we will continue into the back half of this hockey game now, as the Oilers look to give us something good here. And again, I feel bad for those friends. Hopefully, if you tuned into the Columbus Blue Jackets live stream, you've now been able to hop over here and catch us live for this Nashville Predators game. And as well, to those of you that have caught the Out for the Rip video at the top of the chat, right now we're on commercial break. I would encourage you to go check out the YouTube video from me back in the day, doing a remake of the Out for a Rip music video, something I threw together in an afternoon for a college project. So definitely, if you could go check that out, that would be absolutely fantastic. And yeah, other than that, we continue along for what the Oilers should be able to give us a good back half of the second period here this afternoon. I don't think there's really too much all told to report so far. So you like to see it. And what have we got here? Been interesting to note when the team stopped trying to beat the Oilers and start trying to minimize damage. This game seems like it's started the second period. What? I'm not sure what that's meant to be. Don't fully understand that, but that's all good. All right, what do we got? What else do we got? You know, there's just a whole bunch of Corey Perry love on Twitter so far, so you like to see it. And yeah, let's keep rolling here. Braden, thank you so much for the super chat as well, as we will keep things rolling here. The Oilers trying to pick up the puck in the Nashville zone. We got 9.5 to go in this second period. Puck played right to the open man for the Predators, and he just could not hold it, was Keith Sherwood, as the Oilers will bounce this off the stick of Bouchard over to Draisaitl. Draisaitl spins off the check. Nice way to avoid body contact, and this is going to be picked up by the Oilers to the near side. Ekholm's been activating into the play a couple of times this game. So was Nurse. So good to see the Oilers defense kind of taking an offensive role in a 1-0 game as well. Bouchard sidesteps Sherwood and then gets taken out by the Predators. That's a knee-on-knee, and Lazon takes down Bouchard, and thankfully for the Oilers, it will be a power play now chance for them. So again, you don't want to see Bouchard being attacked below the belt, I guess, in the leg area or at all. So good chance there now for the Oilers to get to the attack, as yeah, that's a definitive knee-on-knee there on Bouchard, and he is grimacing in pain as he yard sails around. Lazon will go to the box for 2 minutes. A tripping call somehow, but that is where it is. And yeah, we'll see what happens here in this one. So Bouchard, 8:48 to go in the second period, 2-minute power play. He is on the ice. Gav, welcome in. Let's see, I told you New Zealand would be in the house here soon. Gav, number 16 on the way. Well, so far through half a game, yes, indeed it is. 8:47 to go in this second period as we continue into what is going to be the back half of this hockey game. The last 8 minutes and 40 seconds I get a chance to watch tonight. And now here we go. The Oilers loading up the attack. Here's Nugent Hopkins near side to Bouchard. Bouchard gets it over to McDavid. McDavid flubs up the puck. McDavid's going to go down to Nugent Hopkins, across to Draisaitl. Now McDavid walking in. Draisaitl backdoor scores! The one-timer puts the Oilers up 2-0. And the Nashville Predators should know that the mayor of Music City is always in the house when the Oilers play the Predators. And there you have it. Leon Draisaitl, 2-point night so far. I think so too McDavid and Nugent Hopkins. So the Oilers' top 3 forwards, technically speaking, I know Hyman's gotten his way into the conversation, strike, and the Oilers are up 2-0 just like that on 2 big power play goals, and Draisaitl just fired it home. I mean, classic, vintage Leon Draisaitl from the bottom of the face-off circle, putting it home on the one-timer. 2-0 now for the Oilers. 8:20 to go in this second period. Evander Kane will load up. He will initiate contact so often as a Zach Hyman does. Shot is fired from the outside. Shot drifted back down. Lankinen can't handle it. The Oilers force it back to the far side in front of the net. And now here's Evander Kane delivering a big hit on Cody Glass. Fogle crunches his man. And the Oilers all of a sudden, I think, smell blood in the water here against the Nashville Predators. Derek Ryan on the ice trying to get things going. And the Predators look like they may be taking a penalty or something here. As this one goes 7:53 in this second period. 2-0 for the Edmonton Oilers. You don't mind that at all. And this is a shot for McDavid. Pass over to Draisaitl, and just a beauty finish right there. So you'll love to see it, as McDavid will take a seat, and it will be Nugent Hopkins here. Fogle and Evander Kane on the ice here alongside Nugent Hopkins. 7:53 to go in the second period. 14-13 to go the shots so far. 23rd goal this season for Mr. Leon Draisaitl, who's now up to 56 points on the year, as this is going to be a penalty call here against somebody inside the Oilers zone. 7:40 to go in this second period of play. Darnell Nurse. And this one will go down low into obviously our territory for a face-off on the penalty kill. Ooh, that's a tough call there from Nurse, who I think might have caught Mr. Ryan O'Reilly in the groin area, I guess you could say. All right, here we go. Face off. Off and running. Predators to the far side. Picked up now to the blue line for Josi. Near side to Forsberg. Forsberg will fire the shot. Drifted off of the pads of Stuart Skinner, and the Oilers are able to clear. 90-mile-an-hour shot didn't look all that dangerous from Philip Forsberg. $1:40 remains here in this second period power play. Halfway through the hockey game for the Nashville Predators is picked up by Novak. He'll get across the blue line. Far side it goes for the Predators. $1:28 remains in the power play now as the shot loaded up from Josi wasn't coming. He's still trying to load it up here. This one comes on down low to Forsberg. Forsberg far side pass to the side of the net. Couldn't get a Predator to find the puck, and this will be loaded up for a 10% power play over the past 5 games. Preds have averaged 4 power plays a game and only scored on 2 over the past 5 as this comes down low. And this one will this will come to the far side, and this will continue to battle. I think Darnay's on the puck. Darnay's saying, yo, I'm like on the puck here. It's jammed up underneath me. I can't get up with all these guys here, so let me get up and we'll restart this in the zone. But Darnay, though, doing a good job penalty killing because of that. And the Oilers are able to obviously kill off some more seconds off the clock. This comes back to the blue line, and Darnay just drifted Novak down to the ice, basically blocking that shot. Kind of the old classic NHL video game dive right there from Vinny Darnay. He's dusting the snow off. Good effort there from Mr. Vinny, and this will be puck played by the Predators back to the blue line on the power play. Drifted in by Nashville. Save made. Scramble in the crease. Stuart Skinner is able to make the save, and now here comes Ryan Nugent-Hopkins back the other way across the line. He's going to see this one come back down low, and Roman Josi will pick up this puck and come back the other way. 30 seconds to go in this second period power play for Nashville, which hasn't been all impressive, nor has it been all productive. They lead the shot department, though, 15-13, 33 for 34, 97.1% power or penalty kill percentage for the Oilers over the last 11. So you're giving up about 3 kills a game, and the Oilers have killed off all but one over the past 11. That's pretty impressive. 5:47 to go in this second period. Desharnais continues to battle down low, as this will be now Ekholm coming in along the end wall to support the rest of the penalty kill. And that is the Oilers' Darnell Nurse picking this puck up. Darnell Nurse is going to play a little bit of forward out here. All right, Darnell, let's go. As he almost was able to jam that home on a one-timer. Here's blasting in from the point. Kulak just absolutely unleashed a cannon. And just like that, we will have another stoppage in play as that puck went up and over the glass like that. So, oh my goodness, what a shot there from Brett Kulak, walking into a puck from a mile out. So you love to see it. As random, you want to see more power plays. I want to see the Oilers score like 5 goals on the power play here. If they can just melt Nashville in this third period. This is not the game I expected so far through almost 2 periods of play, and I will take it by every means of the definition. But again, friends, if you all haven't hit the like button yet on the stream, I'm going to encourage you to do that as well. And what I'll tell you as well, if you want to hit that subscribe button, that would be great as well. Whew. Guy should sleep while he's sleeping in the middle of the night, I'll tell you that much. Last week, I haven't slept very well, so see if can get some good sleep tonight after all is said and done with the run around this afternoon and this evening, and then we should be good to go. Let's go here. Do update the watch time one more time, friends, and then that will be pretty much our last watch time update before the end of the live stream coming up here in a few minutes. Just to tell you, though, we have crossed 209 hours, so we should be good to finish this off. Steve, I am just outside of Calgary on an old acreage here in the northeast, so just close to Airdrie, right? Nice and close to being able to go to work, so that's not bad at all, and it's good to go. So, Ian, Tough Cuff, welcome in. I think, Ian, you were in earlier, but you had since disappeared as we are rolling along here into a replay of the Leon Draisaitl goal. Just got a comment here hating on the Oilers. Yeah, here we go. Let's see what we got. As people are hating on the shorts for us celebrating 15 wins in a row. I'm sorry. You can only beat who's on your schedule at the end of the day. I mean, it's not like we can pick our opponents to beat on any 15-game win streak. So the Oilers obviously doing a good job. Ryan McLeod face-off down here in the zone. 5:22 to go in this second period. So we still got a little bit of this hockey game to go for at least the live stream coverage anyway, as Bouchard sees it come to the near side corner, and the Oilers will pick up the puck and touch up 15-13 the shots on goal. So overall, hasn't been a highly offensive game from either team. It's been nice to see, well, obviously Stuart Skinner continue to do that nice thing so far. So continue to hopefully keep them off the board the rest of the way home. Don't want to say the word. Skinner always gets cursed. Picard, though, I wasn't cursing him at all. He was able to deal off the shutout last game out against Chicago, and obviously a dominant performance from him. Ekholm's currently in a foot race against Nashville, down low to the end boards in the Oilers zone. He got there. The Oilers, though, battled for that puck. Down low it comes, far side pass. The Predators just can't capitalize. And I'd really like to know who this number 47 is. I think it's McCarron for the Predators. He is a big, big boy. As this is going to come down low for Dylan Holloway, who's going to fire it to the far side boards for McLeod. He's turfed to the ice, picked up there by Perry. Shot fired off the corner of the net. Would have been a good-looking goal if Corey Perry could have scored a Connor McDavid-esque goal. His first one in an Oilers uniform. Again, Corey Perry continues to be impressive for the Edmonton Oilers. Dylan Holloway just loses the handle. Chip now to the near side boards, picked up by Bouchard. Ekholm fires down. Dylan Holloway is taken down to basically his stomach, taken down by a knee and then taken to his stomach. As this one comes back for the Predators through the neutral zone, they'll load up, fire to the far side, picked up by Cody Ceci. He sees it battling free in that far side corner, picked up by Nurse, near side to Draisaitl. Draisaitl to the far side, can't seem to pick up that puck cleanly, so the Oilers will just have to chip and charge into the Nashville zone. Draisaitl trying to poke that one free, can't do it. Picked up now by Ryan O'Reilly, far side. This is going to be O'Reilly firing the shot. My eyes are heavy. I should not have been wearing my glasses all morning. I think that's definitely what did her for me. This shot's drifted off at Darnell Nurse. Forsberg See CC check him along the boards, but continue possession. Down low, Nyquist looking to come around behind for Forsberg again. Shot fired back to the blue line there by Shen. This one comes down low off a deflection, picked up by the Oilers. Near side corner, Nurse over to McDavid, can't get it. Nashville's winning the battles in the Oilers zone. As this comes down low now for Nurse. He continues along, 3:12 to go in this second period. Chance in front, picked up by Nashville and fired up off Stuart Skinner. No to play. 15-14 the shots now, 16-14, and the Oilers continue to hold 200-0 lead. 200-0 lead. Yeah, no, the brain is not functioning here, friends. I desperately need a coffee to wake up. I will definitely be grabbing a coffee on the way to the rink and trying to wake myself up that way. It's been a tough go so far. But an official game puck for McMullet, who picked it up out of the corner there. You like to see that. We've got a photo here on Dolynny TV social media feeds of me and Patrick with McMullet down here at the Calgary game. Desharnais picks this puck up. He's going to go around behind. Kulak's going to find his way behind the net to pick that one up and now get it back to Desharnais. He'll fire up through the neutral zone. And this one comes now for Derek Ryan, who's going to win the battle against the Nashville Predators defense. Kulak's trying to do his job here and fire this one down low, and he got it through, just not quite on net. And this is going to be a stoppage in play for some reason with 2:42 to go here in this one. 18-2-0 for Stuart Skinner in the last 20 games. 1.80 goals against average and a 933 save percentage. My goodness, that is not bad at all. 2:42 to go in this second period, and the Oilers continue to lead 2-0. And Ian, thank you for the comments on the broadcast. I know, as Whale said, I am flat today. I can feel it. I can sound it in my own voice, but the Oilers are obviously not the team that's flat today. So far, so good through almost 2 periods play. Desharnais just has to retrieve in his own end here to pick this one up. Brown's going to battle it onto the tape. Derek Ryan's going to pick up across. Here's Janmark going down low to Ryan. Ryan just couldn't win the battle to get there. And now the Oilers see it drifted back out into the neutral ice. Nashville picked it up, chipped it back in. This is going to be picked up by Kulak near side boards. He'll try and figure this one out. Instead, it'll be Janmark somehow through a couple of bodies, picking that one up and speeding away. Nashville turned it back a brief moment. The Oilers again just jam it back in their end. And there's Lankinen out to play it inside the last 2 minutes of play here in this period as Janmark steps right in. Shot fired, save made by Lankinen. I have no clue how Lankinen was able to get down in time to make that one happen. This comes over to Bouchard. Bouchard's going to pick it up. $1:44 to go in this second period of play. 16:15 to go. Fogle dances around the defender, and he just cannot get across the blue line. Here we go. The pace is picking up for the Oilers. Late in this second period, we've had some good foot movement, and that's the biggest thing that I love to see when the Oilers get the feet moving. You know how much more excited I get. And the Oilers pacing so far so good here late in this second period. There's Warren Fogle jamming away at the puck, can't get it there, and now this is going to be working back down low for the Predators into the Oilers' end. Is this shot to the middle of the ice? Ekholm, though, on a deflection, able to bounce it back up the boards. Kane can't come up with the puck. Lausanne will come around the boards with that one and come through the neutral. Again, the Predators, though, just see it hop off a stick. And now Warren Fogle picks up, chip and charge into the zone here, near side corner. Lausanne might want to be careful and get rid of that puck. Fogle was coming hard. 48 seconds to go here in this one. Shot fired towards the net, up over top of the net. Near side it comes for Ryan McLeod, who will get going with the Jets. Far side pass Perry, who's definitely not featured quite as much here in this second period for the Edmonton Oilers. He will come in, though, and try and poke this one free. Overskated the puck a little bit. And you see Perry, he's a big, intimidating figure down there in the corners. That much is for sure as he's trying to block this shot. It's fired in front. 20 seconds to go. The Oilers pick it up one more time. Dylan Holloway is going to try and speed away the third line, likely to take the rest of the ice time home here in this second period. Holloway cut so hard, he just blew up a huge snow cloud in the middle of the Nashville zone. McLeod makes a man miss. Perry knows he's got the clock bled down. And that will do it, friends. 2-0 after 2 periods of play. And George, at the end of the day, the Oilers did get their shutouts last year via the same way, back-to-back. So, friends, as I get ready to leave you here in the next little bit, I will tell you it's been a successful afternoon here on the stream. I don't want to quite leave, but at the end of the day, too, I have to shower, I have to get ready, I have to get the jersey off the wall and go rock and roll the support for the RMA Renegades. The first game I'm going to be able to catch things for them in the new year. It's been a couple of games I've missed due to just some silly schedule things, but when we go to map this out, friends, at the end of the day, it was another successful live stream here on Dolynny TV. 235 hours all told through 2 periods of play, so we are going to well crush a 400 number if we would have been able to keep going this afternoon. But to tell you, friends, Perry's looked good again today so far through 2 periods. We'll see how 3 goes. Hopefully the Oilers maintain the lead. I'll be listening on the radio the rest of the way home. But friends, thank you so much for being aboard this afternoon. Really do appreciate you hanging out. As you head out, if you could consider hitting that subscribe button. I wish I could go the full time. Like I said, some other plans kind of interfering in the way. But friends, we'll catch you post game if I have not quite left the house yet, getting things ready. But thank you for being aboard.